Never. What, we're starting?
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Welcome back. It's week 4 of our Defending Our Faith series. Please ignore it. It says week 3 up there. But it's definitely week 4. And today, we're finally going to start getting into actual questions about defending our faith. And these are going to be some deep questions tonight. Stuff you might hear your friends say, or people in your life that come up to you. So I think it's going to be really good, and I'm really excited for this. Really excited for a good discussion. So obviously this first page here is just like the title page. We can skip past that. I think we should just get right into it. Personally, we're going to ask, it's going to be like 2 different parts tonight. We'll see if we get through all of it. If not, we'll just leave some for next week. But part 1 is a big one. Because it asks, does the Bible promote slavery, genocide, and misogyny? So there's some people in your life that may think this, may genuinely think this. And
all the people that think that are the ones that actually haven't read it.
Yes, most likely. Or what they'll do is they'll take a verse and put it out of context or something like that.
Well, they'll take the most random context.
Yes.
And use it.
Yes.
Of God showing an example and then saying, hey, don't do this. 2 sentences later.
Right. And we'll definitely see this especially with the misogyny section, because there's a lot of things when it comes to like the Bible and women, and especially like in the church of like what a woman can and can't do. Obviously we all know women shouldn't do anything, but that's a bad joke. Sorry.
That's a bad joke.
So what you're saying is we're putting a wig on you and you're now a woman.
Shut up. That's what I'm good at, all right? But we're going to go through these one by one and talk about it and see if the Bible promotes this stuff. Is it actually happening? So the very first thing we're going to tackle is slavery in the Bible.
Woo.
Yes. First of all, did you know there was slavery in the Bible times? Yeah.
Considering slavery has been a thing for the entirety of human history, yeah, I would hope so.
Well, yeah, true. Wait, you would, hope so. That might be a bad choice, but yeah, I mean, yeah.
Hope so to know, not hope so isn't it?
But yeah, slavery, it was definitely.
Whoa, don't put words in my mouth.
So yeah, there was slavery in the Bible.
That was bad.
Even back in like the first books of the Bible, Leviticus and Deuteronomy, with like the original Israelites, God talks about slavery. Slavery is brought up. Mm-hmm. So this is a thing that happened even way back when. And I think more than anything, like the one thing I was thinking about when it comes to this stuff is if you've actually read the Bible before, and this is especially true with the Old Testament, there's a lot of messed up stuff that happens in the Bible.
Well, after they come to Israel.
Yeah.
That they do. Not necessarily.
Well, that they do.
The actual Israel, or I guess I can't say. People in the line of Abraham don't start doing really messed up stuff until they come to Israel, the place.
They complain a lot before.
Oh yeah,
they do complain a lot, right? Once they kind of get settled and comfortable
around them that are messed up a lot.
Yes, but like the point I'm trying to make is, you'll read about a lot of this stuff, right? A lot of stuff that a lot of times it's like the enemy is doing or this and that. I'm thinking of like Sodom and Gomorrah, for instance. If you guys know about that, a lot of messed up stuff that happened. Is the Bible promoting that though?
If it was, they wouldn't have destroyed it.
Right. Or like the people who sinned during Noah's time. It's like, just because the Bible is putting that in there, it's for context. It's not, the Bible's not promoting that. But when it comes to slavery, you know,
Actually, it's because of Leviticus when they're doing all the rules and stuff.
yes,
That's what people always take as out of context. It's just like it does say stuff about slavery, but it's not. It's not about you should do this. It's if you have to deal with this. This is how you're gonna have to. These are the rules for things because you have to deal with it anyways. This is how you're gonna handle it. It's not saying, "Oh, do these things in God's name." It's saying, "Hey, I understand that you're gonna have to deal with this shit. You need to follow my rules accordingly."
So here's my thing. So as we get into slavery, and we're going to read a couple of verses on this, like talking about what happened. But why didn't God just ban slavery or just take it away? Like, why do you think God allowed slavery to happen?
Free will.
True.
That is it.
Free will, and they cast Lucifer down, and we are basically on his playing level, like playground.
Sure. But it's just interesting to me because it's not, you know, like Leviticus and Deuteronomy, God will tell these laws to people, and it's like, you know, it's meaning well. It's treat slaves well and with respect and all that. But it's never like don't have slaves or this and that. And I guess I'm just confused by that.
Maybe it was the culture back then and how they, I don't know, handled debt. Debt was handled through slavery. And
Well, yeah.
Slavery means something different then than it does now.
yeah.
Slavery
That's what I was
now
thinking of.
means, service without payment. Back then, it was you worked for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
What we call indentured servitude now was slavery then. That's what it was.
We
Like,
technically
yes.
are still slaves to a corporate system.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
No, we
real.
are.
Actually, no.
We are.
That's a good point.
We're willing slaves, too.
Yes.
They changed what it means to be a slave into, oh, you're going to do this for this.
I mean, yeah, that's
I feel like a lot of slavery has a very, harsh name to it, which, I mean, obviously due to history, but, back then too, some people probably, same as us, like wanting a job, they offered them up as a slave to feed their families.
yes.
Serve a family to feed your family. So it was like a job to them.
I think you're so right.
Well, because if you go back to like ancient Greece, slavery was the thing to do. If you were a slave, you were taken care of better than anyone else. You were basically, if you were a slave in ancient Greece, you were closer than their family kind of thing. Like, because you were there with them all the time. You were doing all of their work.
Yeah.
And helping them with any more so than their wives or sons would.
Right.
So you were the closest confidant to your master. And a lot of the times people would be sad when they were set free because they wouldn't have that not structure, the reliability of knowing they're going to be taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's his face? When he worked for that man for 7 years to marry Rachel. But he didn't get her.
Jacob?
He got the sister.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then he worked another 7 years because he still wanted to marry Rachel. So like,
Right. He married the other one
I mean,
first.
that's commitment.
Right. That is commitment. And the Bible says he did it with joy too, because he was like so ready for his wife, but he got tricked on his wedding night. Woke up in the morning to the sister. That's crazy.
She got the shit out of that state.
Like, wakes up, hey, honey. Oh. I think it's such a funny story. Sorry. Probably not funny to Jacob, but so But I love that you guys brought that up because I was thinking about that of how much of a negative connotation we have towards slavery nowadays.
It's because of where we are in society,
Yes.
because of our American history, and it's because of the slave owners in the South that were horrible towards, or they weren't even that, they were horrible, but they weren't, not all of them were treated their slaves wrong, badly.
Well, too, I think, I think people deep down realized that slavery had changed. Well, maybe not that it had changed, but they were seeing it more as something that was evil and suppressing rather than helpful to anybody.
So the slavery we saw in America is actually the same slavery you see in the Middle East. That is the same slavery. The Barbary slavers, the African slavers, North African slavers were some of the most brutal slavers, and they were all Muslim. The Muslim slavers are by far the worst slavers in the world. They mistreated everything. That and all of the slaves that we got in America came from them, from Africa.
Oh, okay.
Like, because there are white slaves. There were white slaves, but because like the Arabs would always, they enslaved everybody.
Yeah.
If they just took whoever they wanted. Because slavery wasn't really a thing for a long time in Europe. In Asia, did whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
And it's like there probably was slaves, but
Yeah, there were.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Weren't technically, no, not concubines. No, I'm not thinking straight.
Oh, probably.
Well, I think concubines technically fell into that category kind of, but they were like glorified slaves,
Okay.
but they were
yeah,
wives. So
they had special treatment. It would be like the house slaves of the South.
Okay.
They were treated better.
some of them not. I know some of them were like forced to do things like
Yes.
Yeah.
they didn't want to sexually or physically, just like to their body.
A lot of them were also for debt.
Mhm.
But it was like they bought the kid.
Yeah,
They
'cause the
usually
parents
as
were
children.
ill. Yeah.
I think Asia tended to do more of brothels. As instead of slavery, they were slaves to the brothels. They were sold to the brothels. The fathers would sell their daughters to the brothels.
Jeez.
That was Asian way of slavery because that you get more money that way.
That's crazy.
Whereas, you could. The only way you get, because like if you take like China's example, they already have millions of people. They don't need slaves. They already have their people are the slaves.
If they work enough over there, yeah. Jeez. Would someone mind doing me a favor and turn to Exodus chapter 21? Thank you.
What verse?
Yeah, read verse 1 and 2, please.
Now these are the judgments you shall set before them. If they buy a Hebrew servant, he shall serve 6 years, and in the 7th he shall go out free and pay nothing.
All right, thank you. So that was kind of what we're talking about, was like God is setting these laws for slavery, and he's saying, hey, these slaves aren't going to be slaves forever. You know, they serve you for 6 years, and in the 7th year, he can go out for nothing. Now, it's important to say that, and I think you brought this up, Mark, a lot of these slaves, after the 6 years, they wanted to stay with their, with the family or whatever. So they would actually go in and keep working.
That's verse 5.
Is it verse 5?
If, however, the slave declares, I love my master, my wife, and children, I will not leave as a free person.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Wait, so like was the wife?
It
part of the
says
deal?
in between, like, if he entered as a slave with a wife, wife stays, or if he entered as a slave and is now leaving as a free person, he would leave with his wife. Like it was, or children. Like they were a group.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And then, yeah, we'll have the master come in, do that, betrothed. Yeah, so chapter 21 is a lot of this, like, rules for slavery and all that. So it just brings it back to me where it's like, yes, slavery was in the Bible. Yes, it happened. Was it a bad thing?
It depends on which perspective you're looking at. If you're looking from a modern perspective, no.
Right.
But we have our own prejudices towards slavery as it is because of American history.
I think
Yes.
our take on it is different as well, rather than, society that isn't involved in Christianity, because we know more of the history behind it. We believe it. Other people don't believe a lot of what the Bible says, so we know how it came to be and developed into what it was. I think we have a pretty good understanding.
That's very true. Yeah. But also saying that, I don't think, this claim, does the Bible promote slavery? It's like, I don't think the Bible's promoting slavery. God's just saying, like, hey, if you have a slave, treat him well. Treat him good. He's not saying you must have a slave or, it's good to have a slave or this and that. Like, but it's all, yeah, it's like, first of all, way different culture, way different time. A lot of people didn't have the jobs that we have nowadays. A lot of people were really struggling and they needed something to make ends meet. And guess what? Slavery was not a bad job back then. It really wasn't.
Because when I was reading Exodus and like how after Genesis, the ending of Genesis, and how Joseph set his people up for success.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until after he died that the pharaohs took over and tricked the Israelites into being slaves.
That was like probably the first thing of slavery, right? That we know of, at least.
No.
No.
But in the Bible, yes.
Oh. But yeah, that was, so yeah, there's.
And yes, and that's the thing is they were slaves for a long time.
400 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like, because a lot of people don't even really think about how many people there were at that time.
Yeah.
Because by the time they leave, there's like 40,000 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Israelites.
I think that sounds about right.
And
Didn't they live a lot longer too back then?
no, this is about is it?
Yeah, who were you talking about?
It's a Moses time.
Moses
I would
was
say they kind of
roughly closer to ours.
Yeah.
Noah was kind of the last of like the long living.
Yeah, he was the last to be, because I think Noah lived like 400, 500, something like that.
He lived in that. That was 900.
That's
Yeah, maybe.
Probably a lot.
But I know it was until after Noah and his sons that they started declining for sure.
Right, like over time, our topic.
So by the time
No, this is good though. This is good.
For sure they were.
I do think after the flood, though, I do agree. I think that's when it started to change.
Our atmosphere wasn't as perfect.
It was 950.
The
That's,
sun wasn't blocked out.
yep,
It's like a greenhouse.
yes,
Perfectly concealed greenhouse.
exactly. And then after that is like when it started changing. But
Moses was 120.
Yeah, he was.
120?
So
That's actually
closer to.
no. That's actually our as far as we can live.
yes,
Well, I mean,
That's why I'm like,
Yeah, so Moses is the
the
last.
odds of that are pretty low, though.
Yeah.
Now,
Today,
yes.
yes,
our old age is 70 now.
yes.
Well, because
Oh,
it's because of the way we live. Like if we lived the way they did, we would live to be 100.
What do you mean? I
No,
agree.
you'll never. You're not even getting fucking past 60.
Hey,
that's mean.
you better watch me.
I hope I don't get past 60. Take me soon.
I don't want to see what I look like at 60. Come on now.
What do you mean? You already know what you're gonna look like at 60.
Shut up.
You see your dad every Sunday and every day. After
Slavery. So, I might take Mark in for slavery. You know what? It sounds like a good thing. Sounds like a good time.
I'll take payment. That was okay.
I mean, that's on you, dude. I have to be around you 24/7. You really want that?
No, I don't.
Wait.
Let me tell you something.
It's like, dude, I have to watch you sleep.
Oh my gosh.
I have to make sure you're safe.
Just Mark in the corner.
Yeah. I already don't sleep at night.
Dresser, just
Oh yeah,
You're gonna be my sleep paralysis.
I'll be. Any sleep paralysis demon you've ever had in history, your entire life, that was just me.
I knew it. The eyes, man. The eyes were the exact same.
I went back in time.
I knew it. All right. Any more thoughts on slavery? Slavery equals good, I think, is what we were able to come out of that with.
I mean, nowadays, yeah, I think I'd rather be a slave than what we're doing now.
What are we doing now?
capitalism.
Yeah.
But you're right, though. I like your point where it's like, I mean, we are still we're slaves in a way.
We are slaves.
I mean, we are.
Because we go in every day to work, but it's not for ourselves.
Yeah.
We never work for ourselves anymore. We don't have trades. We don't have things that our fathers have taught us.
Yeah.
To make a living for ourselves. We are slaves to a system.
Yep.
We have lost our free will.
Yes.
Well, I think we have the free will.
Well-
It's just you have the free will to choose the system or go your own way, which is harder. but
Yeah.
It's just easier to follow.
It is true. You could walk away, but it's like,
Basically,
who wants to
if
do
you
that?
walk away from the system, it's more or less a death sentence unless you know how to survive without it.
Well, a lot of
But they
people
can-
homestead and they don't.
Well, no, even if you
that-
go outside the system, they'll still find
They
a
say
way.
that they own the land. You have to owe them money for the land.
Yeah, you can't. There's no way to actually own anything in America.
Even if you pay off your house, you still owe property taxes.
You're like forced to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pay for it. I get it.
The only thing you can actually have technically that's yours is if you pay off your car. But even then, you still have to pay for gas
Yeah.
to use
Insurance.
I mean,
You can technically,
you don't have to.
Technically get
yes, but like if you follow the rule of law, then you have to have something according to. You need money for everything.
I'm sure there was a guy that made his own gasoline out of corn.
It's easier than people think.
Out of corn.
Out of corn. I can't remember how, but I
No,
know
it's
it was
ethanol.
corn.
It's impressive.
Oh yeah, it is.
That is ethanol.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's corn. It's corn oil.
What?
Ethanol is corn oil.
What are you talking about? Are you serious?
Ethanol.
Corn?
Yeah.
What?
I just came up with that.
Oh, I'm like, is that real?
No.
You know, they make alcohol out of corn and stuff, so why can't it go in the car?
That is literally what ethanol is. It is.
Wheat.
They make
Distilled
shots,
corn.
like alcohol shots out of corn.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, you can do
Okay,
that.
so look up, I think it's Indiana Distillery or Duneland Distillery. They make alcohol out of corn. I think it's vodka.
What is it called?
Yeah, but it's corn.
Yeah, you can make.
I can't even
alcohol
spell
out of
right
it.
now.
That's like the most
Everyone-
mind-blowing thing I've
So
heard of.
ethanol is technically any renewable plant-based biofuel.
Mhm.
It's usually just corn or sugarcane
You lost me at bio.
plants.
Cool.
Indiana is the top producer of corn-based alcohol,
Yes.
We have a lot of corn.
with distilleries crafting bourbon, moonshine, and vodka from local corn.
That's
That's what my grandpa was doing.
I want to try some.
moonshine.
Yes, that explains all of
Yeah, Indiana Whiskey
That's what
Company.
moonshine is.
It's cone.
Oh, the Boone County Jail Distillery. That sounds great.
It's,
Got confused.
Did you make it in a bucket?
okay, so
Yes.
what is moonshine? Moonshine is corn whiskey.
Moonshine is always corn.
Moonshine is
What are you
anything that
Anything, yes, but like traditional, like down in the south, moonshine
That would make
bootleggers,
sense, yeah.
those are corn.
That's just me.
I didn't know that.
It's
Wow.
corn.
That's
I'm pretty sure
amazing.
people in the south can make
No, they can do
shine
it.
out of thin air.
They can.
Wow.
They're wild.
Well, south, yeah.
Palm leaves.
That's my cousin. My cousin's a southern.
Florida palm leaves.
Yep.
Corn whiskey.
He's insane.
Yep.
He's a corn.
All right, guys. Let's talk about genocide.
Which one?
All of them.
I'm
Starting
preemptively
where?
saying this. Watch it.
I'm not. I know. I'm.
Oh.
I'm directly going to avoid the Jewish one because that was not successful.
Oh, right. Well, I thought that was kind of successful.
No, it wasn't.
Huh?
Like,
No, it
It's
wasn't.
the most absurd comments.
I know. Welcome to this, right?
No, if you want a successful genocide, go to Africa, Kenya,
What?
Rwanda.
Rwanda, basically most central
Wakanda?
Africa.
What did you say?
Rwanda.
Oh, Rwanda.
Look on the
Have you never looked at? Have you never looked at an African map ever?
No, not really. Not
Probably
extensively.
should,
Oh, why would I? Why would I need to?
because our Christian brothers are being slaughtered in what's the country?
There's a couple.
A couple, yes.
Yeah.
We have Christians being slaughtered every single day by the thousands in Africa. They are dying because of their faith.
That's very true.
They go every single day to church knowing that they're going to die.
Hold on.
And we sit here and joke.
My church is battling on bringing guns and locking doors. I
What?
feel a little crazy. So, like, off topic, really quick, I'll just go off on a little tangent. But
Yeah.
So my church is talking about, we had a meeting, the elders want to, well, everyone already carries. You know, it's a given. Most people know, which is fine.
Yeah.
But they're wanting someone who carries to guard the door during service and lock the door at 10, which is when service starts. And basically, like, look up and down the next people that come in, make sure that they're regulars. If they're not regulars,
Right.
you know, ask them questions if they look weird. Like, just a little too much, I think. I mean,
Yeah, it's just.
I get it to an extent,
Do
but
our,
I think
do our guys carry?
Actually, no. Not right now.
I mean, I feel
probably
like
have
they
some.
should.
A lot of people can see,
Especially Kyle
conceal.
should.
Well, we definitely have people that come here that they have.
They are
Conceal
veterans,
carry.
so
For
we have,
sure.
we have several veterans, so they should be carrying.
Oh,
They're-
Kyle does every week.
Yeah, 'cause-
Absolutely.
It is Nigeria is the primary country with the
Nigeria.
most.
Nigeria.
Okay.
But it's sub-Saharan African countries,
Mhm.
just like that belt.
Yeah, everything that's south of Arabia, south of Egypt.
Yes.
It's mostly like the other tribes, and it is also predominantly Muslim.
The Muslims are trying to wipe out Christians in Africa.
They're coming in everywhere. Jeez.
And the horrible, horrible stories that you hear is just so fucking sad. And I wish we could do something about it.
I
But
just
we're
go back-
so far away, we can't do anything.
Well, that's kind of why I brought that up. I feel like,
Yeah.
you know, we're so worried about the possibility, and yes, like, it is a scary thing, and like,
Yeah.
I think the reason behind their fear of that and wanting to start this thing was because there was a church in Michigan City that
I was just
got
gonna bring
shut
this up.
So they
Yes.
were like, oh, we need to make, I think protocols and like knowing what steps to take as a church is a smart thing to do, but to
Yeah.
lock
Dude, if
doors,
they tried that shit here, I'm pretty sure
they're gonna
we
find
would,
a way in if they want to. It's
Well, yes.
one, we have glass doors. They got a gun. They're coming in.
Well, right.
So-
right. Exactly.
I think trusting in God, one, is a big one, and two, like, you know, we have firearms anyway, so we would know how to protect ourselves. We have that right. So anyway, that was all. So
I
just feel
agree
like
with you. And
We're
so
very privileged.
I was going to bring up the church thing because my friend actually goes to that church, and she wasn't there the day it happened, but it was just kind of crazy. It was like something that close that happened, you know, and it happens. Like, church shootings do happen and stuff, but also, I don't know. I do think we take it a little bit too far sometimes. Don't get me wrong. We definitely need to be safe and all that, but it's
if we have people that are trained to use these things, they should be able to defend us if we need them to.
Yeah.
Right.
We should.
And we should trust that. And obviously, and more than anything, we should just trust God that, you
Yeah.
know, I mean,
Because he's going to put the people that need to be there in harm's way to protect us.
100%.
Becky. Be my shield. God said so.
Exactly.
I mean, dude, all
Exactly.
all Kyle has to do is just pick you up and put you in front of him.
Oh, of course. Yeah, human shield. Right. He would totally do
He'll
that.
just bounce right off.
He wouldn't, pull out his gun or anything. He would just pick me up.
Yeah, pick
Did
you
not
up.
hear- you didn't hear that section of what he said.
Yeah, he
The
did.
bouncing off, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I didn't hear it.
I didn't want to hear it. Genocide. We also read about genocide in the Old Testament. So this is a big thing that people our age will talk about, or skeptics of the Bible will bring up. They'll say, why did God allow the Israelites to kill all these people, to come in and by the way, God specifically says, I want you to completely wipe out everyone, everything in that land.
So if like, because I know what I remember what it's talking about, and it's the only times he ever says wipe them out is when he knows they cannot be saved.
Right.
When he knows that they are so far gone that they're not coming back.
What's the verse?
Didn't we already read one where he was talking about the sin of being too great? I forget.
Wait, what are you talking about? Sorry.
Like where God was saying that the sin was too great in this city. And
Yes.
yeah. Is that what you're looking for?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Can someone read this actually?
I mean, you have it open.
Well, I do have it open. All right, I'll read it. Fine.
Dave Justin.
I just wanted to be lazy. Genesis chapter 18. So this is Sodom and Gomorrah. And God is talking, or Abraham is having a conversation with God, and because God told him, I'm going to wipe out Sodom and Gomorrah. I'm going to destroy it completely. And because they were evil, they did a lot of evil things. And so, where was it at? Sorry. In verse 26, the Lord says, if I find in Sodom 50 righteous within the city, then I will spare all the place for their sakes. Abraham kind of starts doing this thing with God where it's like, well, what if there's only 40 people? What if there's only 30 righteous people? And he goes all the way to the end. He says, wilt thou destroy all the city for lack of 5? And he said, if I find there 40 and 5, I will not destroy it. Oh, 40. Okay, sorry. I need to keep going down.
If he says if you can find even one.
Yes. He said, I will not destroy it if I find one person. And the Lord went his way as soon as he had left communing with Abraham, and Abraham returned to his place. Well, guess what happened?
There was none.
There was none.
Dude, the fact that the angels came to talk to Lot,
Yeah.
and the dudes were trying to fuck the angels,
Well, yeah.
Wait, didn't Lot's daughters also?
that's a whole nother.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That was
That's
that is a
another
whole
thing in the
nother
Bible.
thing.
Oh, yeah.
That's why everyone. That's why everyone thinks like, oh, Genesis is all about incest. It's like that happens once,
This isn't Game of Thrones. I mean, come on.
and that's because they were stupid.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
like Game of Thrones.
But just in that, and it's actually in chapter 19 where you're talking about that. Just in that, you see the pure evil of these people. They're literally at the door like,
Hey, your guys are kind of handsome.
let me have your
Why don't you,
angels. And Lot is like, take my daughters, which is just insane in and of itself. Like, he's just giving up his daughters. And they're
well,
like,
because
no.
he knew that those were God's angels. It's like, yeah, no, I'll sacrifice my daughters. Do not touch God's people. Do not do this. This is much worse than you think it is.
It's just terrible. So, in a case like that, there's not even one good person in the city. Kind of starts to make a little more sense why God wiped them out. Some people still might not think that's fair. Some people are going to be like, well, that's not free will, though. But it's like,
There is a limit to God's willingness to.
I think that's the thing. Like sometimes we think that God just has unlimited patience, and don't get me wrong, God has plenty of patience. But like at the same time,
If he sees
He
you
knows your
destroying
heart.
yourself,
Yeah, if you're too far gone and he knows you are, you're not going to come back. What's the point?
right?
it's like if he can't save you, if God can't save you,
No one can.
no,
That's the
nothing.
hardening of the
Yeah.
heart with Pharaoh as well.
Mhm.
And then ends up
Right.
killing Pharaoh.
God gave
Pharaoh
Pharaoh a
kills
lot of chances.
himself.
Well, yes, but releases the water, kills him. Like, I mean, also has that hand up that, so. Hardening of the heart is what really sets it apart from unnecessary to necessary.
Yes.
No, for sure. And God gave
Pharaoh
Pharaoh
was-
10 chances
Yeah.
to do it,
And it wasn't
just,
until his son died that he's like, leave.
yeah. And even then, he still
He still chased after him.
he still chased them. But yeah, so Noah's Ark, we see this again. Everyone in the earth is destroyed by the flood, except for Noah's people.
That's a crazy thought. That is an extremely crazy thought. Sodom and Gomorrah was already horrible.
Yeah,
For him to destroy the entire planet.
But then
That's-
then God vows to never do it again.
Yes.
to never flood the earth again.
Well, yeah, the entire planet
Mhm.
type of thing.
Because
Right.
it devastated the planet.
Yeah,
Because the pre-flood was very different.
Like separated into continents.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
It's kind of freaking cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's cool too, for sure. But it's crazy that God, that actually happened, It just
But you have to
Complete-
think about how bad it must have been.
so much worse than even what we're seeing today. I think, right?
I would assume so.
I would say so.
For-
Because we think it's bad
There might have been
nowadays.
a lot more violence too. I mean, I can see violence rising here and there, but we're not that far yet.
I just don't think we're at that stage yet.
Here's
I
the
don't.
thing as well, that was also, we have more modern technology, so it was a more brutal, gruesome, more tearing of the flesh, brutal, instead of
Detached.
Yeah,
We're way more detached from our violence than they were.
they had to actually,
Nowadays, we just drop a nuke and just move on.
they had to get their actual hands dirty in a more literal sense.
Yes.
They had to kill with their hands and blood. And they were.
You had to watch the life in their eyes leave.
Mhm.
Yeah. And to be fair too, I guess you don't have to kill in order to be God. Evil,
Right.
pure evil.
Mm-hmm.
We really won't ever know. I hate it when people are like, we're living in the end times, which technically we are. I think we technically are, but
Yeah.
we don't know when. We don't. It could be 1,000 years from now.
Could be. No, for sure. I mean, I would say the signs are certainly pointing that way, right? It certainly seems like, because I was just talking about this with someone today who was like, what does Jesus say? In the end times, you will hear wars, there'll be wars and talks of wars. And, we're certainly seeing that nowadays. But also, it doesn't mean it's going to happen tomorrow. It could.
Didn't say there would be famine. There would be
Yeah.
disease and yeah.
I personally still think, this is dark, but I think it's got to get worse first before it's really going to
Yeah.
start happening. But that's depressing to think
Like
about.
I said, I hope I die before 60.
But yeah, let me pull up Deuteronomy chapter 20 real quick. Verse 16 through 18. It says, "But of the cities of these people, which the Lord thy God doth give thee for an inheritance, thou shalt save alive nothing but breath, but thou shalt utterly destroy them, namely the Hittites and the Amorites, the Canaanites and the Perizzites, the Hivites and the Jebusites, as the Lord thy God hath commanded thee."
They're all parasites.
Yes. And another reason why God specifically says, completely destroy them. If you read in the Bible, there's a couple instances where the Israelites will go in and wipe out a nation, right? Like an evil nation. but they'll leave some behind. They won't totally kill everybody.
Good example is King Saul.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I don't remember what nation they went in and destroyed, but
I can't remember. Was it the Amorites?
maybe.
I wanted to say the Hittites, but
It might be the Hittites.
I might be thinking of
Saul destroyed, but not completely. The Amalekites.
The Amalekites, yeah.
Yep.
They were the necromancers. They were possessed by demons.
Okay.
I came up with all these names too. Nothing original.
The Amalekites. So, what we see happen is, first of all, God gives Saul a directive: destroy everybody, the Amalekites. He doesn't do that, and
He does not only that, but not to destroy all of their wealth, all of their.
and they
all
kept
their
that.
items. They kept everything.
Right. And what happens? Guess what? They start marrying with the Amalekites and like breeding and all that and like getting in with that group of people. And next thing you know, sin is coming in. And they're taking all their wealth and they're starting to rely on the wealth instead of God, you know? And so this is why God said, when you go into these evil places, you need to destroy them completely. You got to remember too, this was a different time too. This was a time where the Israelites had to make, like, they had to find their own nation, you know, and take out evil because of that. Like, it was just, I do think it was a different time for sure. I don't know.
Evil meant something back then.
What do you mean?
Evil was something tangible back then.
Yes.
It wasn't like, it wasn't an idea like it is now. Evil is a concept now. It's not a physical, like if you look at it, you know what it is. You can't. Because evil could be looking straight at you and they look like a normal human being.
Well, evil is very disguised now, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whereas
you're
back
definitely
then,
right.
you could tell they were evil by what they wore and how they acted.
That's very true.
Where now you can't.
Yeah.
Evil means something completely different now.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary to think about it.
I think it's more dangerous. It's a lot more scary.
That's
Because
why
now we
sin-
don't even know what to look for.
Yeah, because that's why sin is so rampant, because we can't tell, we can't see it.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
This is kind of on topic, but I saw a video of Christian was in a debate at a college campus and they brought up like the genocide part of it and how the Israelites were unpunished for genocide. But it does say that when they didn't follow what God said completely, that they were severely punished. There was disease, there was death, a lot of it, and a lot of people don't know that. They don't, because they don't read it. They only take out the snippets of it and they run with it.
They take the sensational parts of the Bible and run with it, opposed to the actual part where they're actually punished.
Well, that's the part with all of these. I think when we look at all of these, it's like when people question what the Bible is, it's like you're only taking a very small part of Scripture. You're not looking at the full picture.
Yeah, you're taking that and deciding the whole Bible rather than trying to understand the Bible.
Right. And so they see this, but they don't, like you said, Maddie, I mean, they don't see all the bad crap that happens after that. Where it's like, okay, because you didn't do this, because you didn't follow me completely, now you're going to be punished. Now you're going to get STDs or whatever, you know? Bad stuff.
Man, STDs would be tame.
That would be tame. Yeah. Just a small part. The other question, you know, what about the innocent women and children that were killed? I mean,
It depends on what you mean by innocent.
I don't, you know.
Not all
Little
of them.
Chucky's running around.
Because if you're raised in a culture of horrible things, even a child is sinful.
Maybe that's what I was thinking of, was the Hittites, is like there was one group where they were allowed to keep the women and children alive.
Oh, really?
There was
Because
one group. one group only where you can keep the women and children alive, but all the men had to die.
Yes.
Okay.
Because when you raise someone, like, because I explained this to Maddie at some point, like, there is going to be children in hell.
It's dark.
And this is a very dark topic because this goes with the genocides and why they had to be destroyed. Men, women, and children.
Yeah.
I want you, like, this is a horrible thing to say, and I have to say it because it is on topic. When children are raised in horrible things, like, say, rape, incest, child abuse, whatever, they were raised into it. That is their normal.
Yeah.
They don't see it as bad. They don't see it as, oh, this shouldn't be happening. This is what's good to them.
It's in their formative years.
Yeah. So they're now their brains change to where they only see that as good. So once they get older, that's just normal and they do it to other people. They spread it. So yes, you're going to see children in hell because at some point the brain, you can choose to walk away even as a child. You can run away.
Yes.
But if you choose not to, you live with it.
I think it comes to a point where, as a kid, I'm not going to get into my backstory, but I relate to it a lot because I've got a lot of dark in my past. You come to a point where you are aware of what you're doing. And I think that's where there's a line that's drawn.
I totally agree.
That's
I don't think you like
child murderers and stuff.
Yeah.
right,
I just remember the Slenderman
Yeah.
thing.
but with the people,
The Slenderman girls.
the girls that killed, yeah, they definitely knew what they were doing for sure. Yeah,
And there's kids younger than that. Elementary school kids
That's
that have
very
done horrible things.
that's very true.
I don't remember how long ago it was, but there was a little kid that brought a gun to school and shot his teacher.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He was like, what, 6?
Mm-hmm. Because they did something. They said something.
That's
Said
terrible.
something they didn't like, or
I
told
saw
they
the
couldn't do.
picture. Like he had nothing in his eyes. Like there was,
Oh my gosh.
like they took him out of the courtroom, or they were bringing him into the courtroom.
This kid was 6, though.
Mm.
Oh, this got really dark.
talking about
One of the
Jeez.
questions.
But that's the thing.
gosh.
Is that's why God would do that to some
Yeah.
cultures.
But your point makes sense. I mean, yeah,
It's like I don't like it, but it's God's decision. It's His people.
And for
Yeah,
all
it's
we know,
creation.
too, like, not all of them were evil, but maybe God knew that it was ready for them. They were ready to come home. So not everyone that He killed, child or woman, were evil.
Yeah, it's
He
it's
has
to
his own
save them
plan.
from
Yeah.
whatever comes next.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because even if they did grow up to be like their fathers and do all these horrible things, the people that took them in would see them like their fathers and they would treat them like their fathers, and
Yeah.
they would never be able to escape.
Yep. Yeah, I think that pretty much hit it. Again, just to bring up it, and Maddie, you had brought this up before too, but I don't think in every single case, like, I think there were some women and children that were spared, for sure. I don't think in every single case it was every last person, but
It really depended on the culture.
it did, yeah. But, yeah, some of these cultures were absolutely terrible. I mean, on the right side of the page, you can read some of the things that they did.
And those are the tame things. Those are extremely tame.
Child sacrifice,
Those are extremely
that's
tame.
pretty tame. Yeah.
Like, it's horrible by our standards, but by what they were doing back then, that's tame.
Jeez. That's terrible in every way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the question isn't why did God judge them? It's why did He wait so long? Could be.
Same reason he always waits for them to come to him. to see if he gives them the chance.
Yeah.
That's why, because I was reading about the he waited 400 years for the Amorites.
Yes.
He waited 400 years for them to come back, and then after that, he's like, no, okay.
I'm done. Yeah. Well, that was genocide. Fun stuff. Any other thoughts on that?
Nope.
No. I think we're moving on to our last topic in this part. Yeah, we're probably not going to get through all this tonight. That's all right. But we're going to move to a much more fun topic.
That tells you something. You're not in a relationship.
Let's talk about Karens. No. Let's talk about misogyny.
And how it's right.
No. A lot of oh, I'm amazing. A lot of
Misogyny.
I don't know. Well, I don't want to say a lot of, but like some feminists or like women's rights groups or whatever. It's just people who don't read the Bible as much. They will say the Bible was written by men for men in a patriarchal culture, and it shows. Women are property, told to be silent, and kept out of leadership. Christianity is a tool of male oppression.
Nope.
I don't see what's wrong with that.
Except everything in the Bible says the exact opposite.
No, literally. I mean, just read what Jesus did. I mean, come on. And tell me that he hated women or this and that and the other.
Dude, and if you read Genesis, the women had it better off.
Well, what did the women say?
Yeah, well, I don't want to be the voice. I mean, I'm just a man here. I don't want to be the voice of every woman in the world.
I mean,
What?
no. You can technically do it. If you say you're a woman, you're a woman.
Huh?
Nowadays you
I was
can say
prepared to say that today when I went to it was a single bathroom, not a stall, not like a multiple stall, and it was in Family Express, so I was like, if a woman's at the door when I open it, when I leave, I'm just gonna say I'm a woman.
Were you actually prepared to do that?
I'm a woman.
That's when you say, you mean ma'am.
It's ma'am. That's great.
I was 100% ready. Yeah.
Wow. Wow, that's great.
All I gotta say is that when Jesus came back from the dead, the first person that saw him was a woman.
Yes. Jesus' closest friends were women. A lot of them. I mean, it's.
I wish I could remember fully what this conversation all entailed, but it was worded in a way that was really beautiful, and it was a group of women that were talking about their roles as women and kind of defining what a lot of people see that as biblically, we're oppressed and we're seen as lesser, when in reality they are seen as equals. They might be helpers of men, but that doesn't mean that they are below men. Men cannot be alone. Men cannot be
Yes.
We can't.
as
Men
strong
can't do
without a
everything.
woman to strengthen him, or to carry on different burdens that he cannot carry on. Every gender has its role and its strengths and its weaknesses, and they
100%.
complement each other in unison. So
In a beautiful way. The more you think about it, just how we are meant to complement each other is just such a beautiful thing that only God could have done, obviously. And I mean, first of all, if there were only men in this world, that'd be a terrible world to live in.
You sure about that?
And not, yeah,
it would be.
it would be.
It would be boring.
It would be very boring.
I wouldn't say it'd be
Video
worse.
games, football,
It would just be boring.
Just football. Just endless, just wrestling everywhere.
Just everywhere is John Cena.
So I think, yeah, right. So I think part of the reason why some people will bring this up is it just goes back to the time that the Bible was written, right? So when you look at pretty much all throughout history, like especially in Bible times, women were treated as less than in a lot of ways. It's just true.
I think men abuse their roles.
Yes.
Yeah, because they wanted. Men have a habit of wanting control.
Yes. So at the bottom of this page here, it says in the first century Jewish world, women couldn't testify in court. They sat in a separate court in the temple. Most rabbis, like their school or whatever, teaching the Bible, they didn't teach women. They never taught women. It was only, boys and all that. And
It was like up to the husband to teach his wife, like at home, right? Was that
I think so, yeah. That
No, it
sounds-
was.
It wasn't? Okay.
That's why later on, when Paul talks about the women in the church, it's because the women always looked over to the men. We're talking to the men during the sermons and all that, and women were talking, and Paul's just like, shut up, basically. Stop talking. Just listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying the same thing. They're going to say the same thing to you. If you can't be quiet, then stop talking during church and ask your husbands at home. That's where all that comes from.
I'm so glad you brought up that verse, because in the next page we're going to talk about that.
Oh,
We're going to bring up that exact verse, actually. Because that verse is taken out of context so much. Like a crazy amount. But, yeah, in the Bible times, a lot of history really is like women weren't given the same rights as men. They were treated as less than in some ways.
At least only in the Christian world or Jewish world.
Yes.
Because if you go outside of the Bible, women were equal.
Were they?
Yes.
Other cultures?
Other cultures for sure.
Well,
If you go up, like if you go north to the Norse, equal. Sometimes women had more rights.
well, like in Asia.
Asia as well. They was
there?
very, because like especially like say the Mongols, like Attila the Hun or Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan's time, women were the same as men. They had the same rights, they were on the battlefield. Everybody. If you were able to fight, you were fight. Period. That's how Asian culture is.
Fair enough.
It only kind of shifted towards men only.
But what about Mulan?
I always think
It was more of a. It depended on when, because there was a shift towards misogyny in other cultures.
Well, I think it's everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah, but
But yeah, primarily in the Jewish culture, it was very.
because they're extremely stiff-necked when it comes to tradition.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So they refused to change, so they never changed and learn from their mistakes. Until God said, hey, fire.
Yeah, it's a lot of that. And by the way, we still see some of this, well, a lot of this nowadays in some ways, I think, especially like in the church or, Jews and all that. And there's a guy at our old church who thought this way. He thought that women shouldn't do anything in the church. And he was an elder.
Mm-hmm.
Women do, like, if a woman goes up to pray on the stage, like, get her off. Like, she shouldn't do that. Women shouldn't serve communion. They shouldn't speak. They should just sit there and be quiet, type of thing. And that's what he believed in. He truly believed in that, And
That's also how you're raised.
Yeah.
yes, he was very old school for sure. Very, very
But that
old
doesn't
school.
necessarily mean old school. That just means that's how he was raised.
Yeah.
Because it's not necessarily old school. Because my family's old school, but they're not like that.
Well, true. He was raised with.
Then again, it's a very different culture for me.
Yeah.
Because like we
Yeah.
have a similar upbringing, but because I was raised by Mexicans and she was raised by Polish, very different upbringings. while both being poor.
Yes. Very true.
Because Mexican poor are different. Very different.
But you look at, even in the Bible, think about the women in the Bible. Deborah, she was pretty cool.
Ruth.
Esther, Ruth, Mary,
Sarah.
Mary.
Sarah, Mary, and Mary, and Mary, and
Oh, don't forget the other Mary.
oh, that's right. The women first seen at the resurrection. They were the first ones there. They were the ones that Jesus saw. And Jesus himself elevated women. He defended them.
Had a woman following him around even though he was a teacher.
Yeah.
Some of his
Women.
most devout apostles were women.
2 stories about women. So the woman at the well with Jesus, right? Where Jesus is like, yeah, I know what you've done, but, I'm going to forgive you and whatever. And her life has completely changed. And then the woman who was like, she was being accused by the religious leaders and all that, and she was about to be stoned for what she had done. And Jesus was like, let he who is without sin cast the first stone, like throw the first stone at her. And they all turned away because they were like, yeah, we're screwed. So just in those 2 instances alone, Jesus was elevating women. So, but that doesn't mean that the culture around him was respecting women. And that's the part that people are missing. It's like, yeah, we read about this stuff, like what they weren't able to do, but like,
It's all about context.
it's all about context again. And if you actually looked at it, you would see, oh yeah, what does the Bible say? Literally in Genesis, male and female created equally.
They are the 2 halves of the same coin.
Yes.
You can't have one without the other.
My mom used to say to my dad, "You might be the head, but I'm the neck that turns you."
Oh, that's pretty good.
Hold on. Sorry. Analogy. For most guys that I have known, when they are by themselves,
Oh,
they
boy.
will have a mattress on the floor,
Like living alone.
living alone, have a mattress on the floor, and maybe like a folding chair in the living room, and if that.
Oh yeah, if you saw my old house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I must be
A
living
lot
a
of-
life.
but like a lot of times that when a woman has come into their life, they make their house a home where they make it feel
Yes.
lived in, more comfortable.
They don't take care of themselves well. Yeah, some guys don't.
Yes, that is what I am talking about.
That's what I had.
That's what you had?
Oh yeah, that's actually a little bit nicer than what I had. I'm not kidding. I had
Miller Lite on the ground.
No. I had a tote for a table, and it was one of those cheap like
Lawn chairs.
lawn chair, the ones that fold inwards,
The camping
Oh,
chair?
no.
the camping chairs.
Yeah.
Honestly, those are a lot more comfortable though.
That was
You
my
sink
chair
into
for a while.
Oh my gosh.
So did she change your life?
I bought a couch. I called him like, how big is the living room? How much space are we working with?
You bought a couch.
I had a recliner. That was it.
That's sweet.
How much space am I
That was my
I came
splurge.
home with a couch.
I had a recliner.
It's great.
Got it up those apartment stairs.
It's amazing how I don't know. I think women, well, first of all, the right woman.
Yeah.
Oh, because there's some bad ones. But if you find the right woman in your life, there's they can completely change you. You know,
And strengthen you.
and yes, and hopefully the same thing back the other way.
Right.
I'm actually a really good example of that because a lot of when I was growing up, I was very independent. It was all me. I can do this. Don't take care of me. very much a tomboy. I found the right guy, and now I
So
I
great.
can actually be more feminine and not feel like I am giving up something. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense.
Well,
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
mhm.
yeah.
It's
yeah.
like I can relax. I can be a girl without feeling like I have to step up and do the guy thing as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
no, that makes sense.
That does make sense. Yeah.
It's like
I
giving
wish
up
I could
your
feel
full
that. I don't want to do
control.
my dishes.
That's really great, honestly. And obviously, like the best partners are like the ones that make you feel like yourself, but like a better version of yourself. Like the best version of yourself. And I think that's what true love is, really. First of all, but this is a completely different topic. But that's great. All you guys right there. That's really great. So, all right, let's get into this just a little bit, and then we do got to get out of here. Oh, we should. No. We should. Oh,
I mean,
also we should.
well, technically, we have a tauntaun in the building.
We do.
We can cut them open and sleep inside them.
You have a what in the building?
A tauntaun.
What the hell? Oh,
Wait.
what the heck?
Clip that.
Cut that out.
Please, no.
Tauntaun's a Star Wars big, giant, 10-foot tall, kind of a 2-footed horse.
Like the machine that with the guns is the
No, it's the same planet, but
tauntaun. So it's a creature.
it's an animal.
Oh.
It was
I mean, I'm a Star Wars freak, so I don't understand how I don't know that.
it's the when Luke gets attacked by the horned creature thing. I can't remember what it's called. There I got it.
Yeah,
A
I don't
Han
remember this thing at all.
Wait, what?
cut open
Star
the
Wars?
tauntaun and they to
What is
save
this
the
from?
show.
Oh, he rides it. It's like an animal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro,
Ton?
maybe I need to rewatch these.
I actually need to rewatch them. Hey, it was just May the 4th.
So you have a tauntaun.
Yeah, right here.
Oh.
Tong Tong
was
Korean
thinking
restaurant. I found it. Oh, okay. Oh, that was in, yeah, I remember that.
Emperor Strikes Back.
Yes.
You're the tauntaun. We're gonna cut you open and sleep inside you.
You cut him open? How do I not? Maybe I watched it out. I was like,
It was when Han found him.
That was
Luke
like
was
at the
dying
start of the
freezing.
movie.
It was
That's like the very first scene.
after he escapes the
I was probably
lava.
10 minutes late.
It happens. A lot. No, I'm just kidding. All right, guys, we got to read through 3 verses really quick. And we have to see what's really going on here. So Ephesians 5 verse 22 says, "Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord." So what does that mean?
I mean, technically, we can get your dad in here to say it because he said it best.
Can we pull up that short? And just put it onto the microphone.
Yeah, I probably could. I think I'd have to find it. But...
All right, I got the next verse whenever you're ready.
Oh, thank you. But what do you think that means? So, like, submit. We just tell them to do stuff and they do it, basically. Make me a sandwich type thing.
Do the dishes.
Yeah, Justin, make me a sandwich.
Do the dishes, right? All the things that women are supposed to do. Take out the laundry.
What do you do
know?
when you're by yourself?
Oh, none of that.
Well, I guess you're dead.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if I can find. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find the short right now, but let me see. Let me see. I can't remember. But basically, what did my dad say? Can you explain what he said? Yeah, I can't find it right now. I don't know. So, the head language in Greek culture carried the connotation of source, origin as much as authority. Paul may be saying the husband is the source of nourishment and care, not the boss. So, when we look at this and we talk about men and women, they're created for each other in a beautiful way, but obviously we're created for very different things, right?
Men should be knowledgeable enough to lead their women in the right direction.
Right.
So women should submit to that, knowing that they know what they're doing. That what they're doing doesn't just raise himself up, it raises both of them up.
Yes. Now, we're not seeing a lot of that in today's culture.
No, because we're not raised that way anymore.
No.
We don't even know how to do it anymore because we haven't known how to do it since the 50s.
Yeah. Look at you. That was terrible, but thank you. It's already up.
It's very important for all of us, men and women, to understand these verses because they've been misused. And I've heard men misquote them and say, well, she needs to submit to me in everything, and that's what God's word says. And I said, well, let's look at it. Our society's been led to believe that submission is a term of weakness. It's a sign of weakness, that when you submit to someone, that you are the weaker one. But that's not true in the biblical sense.
That's your dad?
Yeah,
It's best sound alike.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. That's disturbing. So
they also look alike too, except Justin's just a little bit fatter.
yes.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you, Mark. I think, all right, we really got to finish this up, but we think submit in terms of how we think of it nowadays, right? So submit means you're weak. It means you just listen to your husband and everything, and you're not allowed to have an opinion, basically. I don't think that's the case. I think what you said is right, Mark, that we are supposed to have the knowledge to teach our wives what to do, and especially when it comes to the Bible, but doesn't mean that women can't have a voice or shouldn't. It just means that they should submit to their husbands and understand that they know what they're talking about. I don't know what's going on over there.
Your hair looks nice.
Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, nice try. Read the next verse, please.
Or did the word? Oh wait, no, I'm skipping 2 verses. Let your women keep silent in the churches, for they are not permitted to speak, but they are to be submissive, as the law also says.
We're in a church right now, by the way.
If they want to learn
Where are you
something,
talking?
let them ask their own husbands at home, for it is shameful for a woman to speak in church. Now that was probably him getting after them for chatting up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do women like to do? They like to talk a lot.
Oh yeah.
Right. Right. Oh, interesting timing.
Yeah, just like the part time, you know?
Sorry, I keep hitting your foot.
No, you're good.
A little harder next one, please.
I'm really glad you brought that up though, because I actually didn't know about all that. Like women were like interrupting each other and like trying to understand what was going on. And Paul, to your point, was like, it was Paul, right? Mm-hmm. He is saying, hey, I'm teaching it if you just shut up and listen, you know?
Mark, what are you saying? Can you explain what he just said?
No.
That's kind of like what it was like.
Yeah.
As you're talking, it was just like,
Oh.
what does that mean?
Oh,
Across the room.
okay.
Did you hear him, Rebecca?
And Paul's like,
What did you say?
just stop.
Sorry.
So, by the way, in the same letter, Paul is instructing women how to prophesy and pray aloud in church. So clearly they were speaking. A lot of people take this verse this verse and the next verse extremely out of context and say that women just aren't allowed to speak in church, which is just insane. The early church had female prophets, a female deacon, female apostle, Aquila and Priscilla. Read about them. So yeah. But women should probably be quieter in church. So
Some guys need to be quieter in church.
that's very true. Some of them. Not the ones who know what they're talking about. But
So only your dad. He's the only one that can talk. You should stop talking.
Oh,
yes, read the last one.
Okay.
We gotta get out.
1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 12. And I do not permit a woman to teach or to have authority over a man, but to be in silence, for Adam was formed first, then Eve.
So yeah, women shouldn't speak.
That's not what he said.
He said that.
But that's not what he said.
He said Adam was formed first.
He said Adam was formed first, therefore we know more. Therefore, women cannot teach, they cannot speak. Case closed.
Oh, wait. Hold on, it goes on. And Adam was not deceived, but women being deceived fell into transgression.
Wow.
So
That's it right there.
what you just said was horribly incorrect.
What do you mean?
he was reading his own version of the Bible. It's alright.
A lot of Christians disagree on its application.
Nevertheless, she will be saved in childbearing.
There you go.
Continue in faith, love, and holiness with self-control.
Yep.
Okay, that was it.
So what do you have to say, Mark? What is going on here?
Well, women, because of what she said with them interrupting,
Yes.
they have the habit of doing that.
Yes.
So they're not learning. They're learning secondhand, so they're not learning the teaching. So they can't teach what they don't know.
Another one with the actual teaching part of it, because in the churches, it's like, stop talking. But the teachings is the polytheism religions. A lot of witchcraft-based religions where women are like the witches. They're the teachers, in quotations, but it's they're the ones that would kind of like lead spells or lead rituals. You'll
And
see that a lot more in modern day witchcraft. That's kind of similar.
Yeah.
another thing that
That's weird.
kind of started with Eve is that women in general, I'm not going to be specific because it's just in general, they're easier to corrupt than men. Because they're
To deceive.
easier to deceive than men are.
Eve is in that name.
Are you telling me it says gullible on the ceiling?
Women are more emotion driven, while men are way more literal and logical in thinking. That's why
Men can stop and stare and focus.
yeah.
On nothing.
Like I'll have a situation at work and I just want to get the words out. I just want to vent. I just want to
Yeah.
talk, and he'll give me a solution, and now I'm mad at him because he gave me a logical solution that I didn't want. I just wanted to get the word, like I just wanted to get it out,
Right.
which is another thing that can be looked at biblically. Is like probably like, I don't know if like teachings it would fall under or not, but it would be like what was a situation that I had recently at work? I am just again saying out loud. I guess today my supervisor was out and I had to run around and do a whole bunch of things. If I had gotten the chance to talk to Mark and like the situation happened with a truck driver and they're calling me over the radio and our capstone guy left. And now, like, I don't know what to do. And he'd be like, well, why didn't you just get a supervisor, like somebody else? Why didn't you stop and talk to him? Like, why didn't you? And I'd be like, I know that's the answer. I just didn't think about that in that time frame. And now, like, I'm looking back at it, I already know as I'm talking out about it.
That's fair.
I guess that's also talking during church of like, I have this situation, I'm talking, and now I'm like figuring it out, but it's also distracting.
Well, obviously, yeah. I mean,
And like women tend to put their emotions into their, let's say, sermons. It's more what I'm feeling at this moment and not a reflection of what I felt at the time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas guys always reflect on what they felt before and try to learn from it, where women feel it in the moment and they have to say it in the moment. We like to,
I don't know. I like to say things pretty quick.
well, I'm using it.
I feel like I do
It's
too.
all in the
Yeah.
general.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Is okay. I just need to ask this real quick. Is a woman pastor bad? Is like a woman teacher a bad
for a
thing?
whole church congregation, yeah.
You would say so?
Like if there's like, if she's like a secondary,
I'd still say any form of leadership.
yes.
It's a no.
Just because they're so, I don't like saying it, but they are extremely emotional, so they're going to think with their emotions and they're not going to solve problems. They're going to cause more problems than solve.
And not even that. Like, I think we're looking at it from, our perspective, but God's is way greater. Like he understood it before we even comprehend it. So, it could be way beyond what we can even understand why he doesn't want women leading the church. It could be beyond their emotions. It could be, I don't know what it could be.
Yeah.
Like, I would not want to lead a church. Doesn't mean,
Yeah.
Well, because every person has a purpose.
yeah.
Because
Yes.
even take me and Justin, we're two very different people. One of us is very good at talking, the other is not. One of us is extremely good with words, the other is not. Now figure out which one of us is which.
Yeah. See, I'm good at words, right?
No, you're the talker.
I'm the talker.
You're more
Well,
personal.
right.
But
I just talk and then but it doesn't always make sense.
yes. But
Yeah.
do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's like we have different purposes.
Yes.
We're good at two different things.
But put us together.
Yeah, one of us is the woman, and they sure as hell ain't.
All right. Well, that was
That's it, boys. Let's go.
I think that's it. Glad we answered some questions there on that. We're gonna leave for next week.
Oh, good lord.
A lot to say.
Yeah, we're gonna do that next week. That should be pretty good for sure. And then,
The answer is yes.
you think so?
Yes.
I forgot the question.
Anti.
Oh, are you anti? Oh, yeah.
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 For good reason.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Prayer requests for anybody. What do we have? Devin, how is the living
Well,
thing?
it's gonna be fine. It's really just a matter of I'm trying to buy a house,
Yeah.
so it's not gonna be for a while. I really gotta save up. So just pray for my finances and that I'm able to save for a house within a year or two, and then
Absolutely.
my job. I need to get more settled in it. Gotta start kicking butt.
Yeah.
Right now, it's kicking mine.
Mental health, for sure.
Yes.
And I hate working at Valhalla. Because the people here are rude.
Oh man, they are so entitled in a way. It's just unbelievable.
You know, it's not
Don't
as
touch their
bad as
grass.
Michigan City.
That's crazy.
Fair.
I will say it is different. At least if you're working as a flagger and a painter, you know, utility locator guy, they're a lot more humble out there.
Yeah.
People here, oh my gosh. This is only my second day working in Valpo, and I'm gonna cry.
Oh no. That's terrible.
Rude.
Jeez.
Rude. They don't want you touching their yard.
No.
The road near their house.
Get off. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't mark it. It takes forever for it to get on. I don't want you touching my lawn.
Oh my gosh.
And they think they know everything.
Yes.
Anyway. Yeah, so my job.
Well, I'm gonna put that down. Yeah. Rude people.
Not that part specifically. I can handle that. But just that I like am actually good at my job. I'm good at my job.
Anyone else? Alexis?
Pray for other Mark that he comes to.
Yes. I really.
So Mark,
He's our other friend, also named Mark. He came one time and then never again.
And it's so much better now than when he came. I mean,
Yeah,
he would have a great time.
that's what I was
He
saying.
really would.
was that like a while ago or was it when
It was
I
a long, last year.
Like last year.
Yep.
When I really didn't know what I was doing.
Maybe that's why I won't go back. No, I'm kidding.
Anyone else?
Physical health.
Physical health. Yes. All right, I think that's about it. I don't think anything. Yeah, no. All right, let's pray and get out of here. Dear God, thank you so much for tonight. Thank you so much for everyone in this room, and just another great discussion that we were able to have, and hopefully we're able to learn some stuff and have some fun. And I just want to pray for everyone in this room and everyone not in this room, God. You'll just continue to direct our paths, give us strength both physically and mentally for the rest of this week, God. And let us lean on you during the hard moments. You know, we know that they're going to come. You know, so many things in our life can be stressful. Money issues, or living situations, or new jobs, or this and that. And God, we just really need to depend on you. So allow us to do that and give us the peace and the courage to know that we're following the right path and you're going to be there for us. So we thank you for tonight and for this time that we had together. Thank you so much for all the amazing people in this room. And we pray as they go home and for the rest of this week. In Jesus' name, amen.
just fall asleep?